Have you ever wondered what happens after we die? Could we possibly live again in another body? This captivating question has intrigued humanity throughout history, and the concept that seeks to answer it is reincarnation. The belief in life after death, reincarnation, is a central concept in several religions and spiritual philosophies around the world. In essence, it's the belief that after death, the soul leaves the body and is reborn in a new body, continuing the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. This cycle, known as samsara, is believed to be influenced by the actions, behaviors, and decisions we make in our lives, also known as karma. From the ancient Egyptians to the indigenous cultures of the Americas, the belief in reincarnation has held a significant place. However, it's most prominently found in Eastern religions like Buddhism and Hinduism. In this video, we delve into the fascinating perspectives of Buddhism and Hinduism on reincarnation. Buddhism, one of the world's oldest religions, has a unique perspective on reincarnation. Unraveling the Buddhist understanding of reincarnation, we delve into the concept of samsara, a Sanskrit term that refers to the unending cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Imagine a wheel, forever turning, with each revolution representing a new life. This cycle, according to Buddhism, is not a journey of the soul, as one might think, but rather a continuum of consciousness, a river of thoughts, emotions, and experiences flowing from one life to the next. In this cycle, life is often perceived as a form of suffering, a perspective encapsulated in the Four Noble Truths of Buddhism. It's not suffering in the sense of constant agony, but rather a pervasive dissatisfaction born of our attachment to impermanent things. The Buddhist path is about recognizing this suffering and seeking to transcend it. This brings us to the concept of enlightenment, or nirvana. In Buddhism, it's believed that through disciplined practice, mindfulness, and ethical living, one can awaken to the true nature of reality, achieving a state of complete liberation from the cycle of samsara. This is the ultimate goal, not to be reborn, but to attain nirvana, a state of profound peace and liberation. Now, let's talk about karma. Karma, a term many of us are familiar with, plays a pivotal role in this cyclic journey. In Buddhism, karma is not a system of punishment or reward, but rather a law of cause and effect. Our actions, words, and even thoughts have consequences, shaping the conditions of our future lives within samsara. To put it simply, if we plant seeds of kindness, compassion, and wisdom, we cultivate a future life of happiness. Conversely, if we sow seeds of ignorance, greed, and hatred, we invite a future filled with suffering. So, in Buddhism, the goal is not to be reborn, but to achieve nirvana, a state of liberation from the cycle of rebirth. Switching gears, let's explore how Hinduism, another ancient religion, perceives reincarnation. At the heart of Hindu belief is the idea of the eternal soul, or Atman. The Atman is not the body, mind, or ego, but a divine consciousness that transcends time and space. This divine consciousness embarks on a journey through cycles of life and death, much like riding in different cars on a long road trip. The body is temporary, but the soul is eternal. Now, imagine a cosmic law of cause and effect, karma, which closely monitors this journey. Every action, every thought, every word spoken by an individual influences their karma. Good deeds, kindness, and selfless acts generate good karma, leading to a more positive reincarnation in the next life. Conversely, harmful actions, selfishness, and deceit lead to negative karma, which might result in a more challenging life next time around. Alongside karma, there's dharma, the moral and ethical duties and responsibilities one must uphold in life. Fulfilling your dharma positively influences your karma, steering your soul towards a better life in the next cycle. So, in essence, dharma and karma work hand in hand, guiding the soul's journey through the cycles of reincarnation. But the ultimate goal of this journey isn't to keep hopping from one life to another. It's to break free from this cycle. This liberation is known as moksha. Moksha is achieved when the soul realizes its divine nature, its oneness with the universe, and its detachment from the physical world and its desires. It's a state of eternal bliss and peace, where the soul, free from the cycle of birth and death, merges with the divine consciousness. For Hindus, moksha, much like Buddhism's nirvana, represents the soul's liberation from the cycle of birth and death. Although Buddhism and Hinduism both believe in reincarnation, their perspectives vary in profound ways. At the heart of both Buddhism and Hinduism lies the concept of samsara, the endless cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. This cycle is driven by karma, the law of moral cause and effect. Both religions share the belief that our actions in this life will determine our fate in the next. But while they agree on these fundamental principles, their interpretation of what is reincarnated and how liberation is achieved differs greatly. In Buddhism, there's no permanent self or soul that reincarnates. Instead, it is a stream of consciousness that continues from one life to the next, carrying the karmic imprints of past actions. This is akin to lighting a candle with the flame from another. The new flame is neither the same nor entirely different. This concept is known as anatta, or no self. On the other hand, Hinduism posits the existence of an eternal soul, or Atman, which is reincarnated in different bodies over successive lives. This soul is the true self, unchanging and divine, distinct from the physical body and the mind. The ultimate goal of both religions is liberation from this cycle of reincarnation. However, the nature of this liberation is again different. Buddhists strive for nirvana, a state of total cessation of suffering and desire, and the end of all cycles of rebirth. It is the extinguishing of the flame of existence, the ultimate realization of no self. In contrast, Hindus aim for moksha, the union of the individual soul with the universal divine essence, Brahman. It is not the end of existence, but a transcendence into a state of eternal bliss and knowledge, the realization of the true self. So, while both religions see reincarnation as a cycle to escape from, they offer different paths and philosophies towards that liberation. Reincarnation, a concept as intriguing as it is complex, is perceived uniquely by different religions. Through our exploration, we've delved into the heart of this concept, unearthing the distinctive interpretations held by two of the world's oldest spiritual traditions, Buddhism and Hinduism. In Buddhism, we discovered that reincarnation is a cornerstone of the belief system, yet it is viewed not as a repetitive cycle of birth and death, but as a continuous journey of the consciousness across lifetimes. There is no permanent self that transfers from one life to the next, but a series of interconnected experiences and karmic consequences that shape each new existence. This is known as the theory of anatta, or non-self, a fundamental principle that distinguishes Buddhist philosophy. On the other hand, Hinduism presents a different perspective, emphasizing the Atman, or the eternal soul, which undergoes countless cycles of birth, death, and rebirth in its pursuit of moksha, the liberation from this cycle. In this context, reincarnation is seen as a process of learning and spiritual growth, with each life providing unique lessons that contribute to the soul's ultimate enlightenment. In comparing these two perspectives, we found that while they both acknowledge the concept of reincarnation, they interpret it through different philosophical lenses. Buddhism focuses on the transient nature of existence and the ongoing transformation of consciousness. In contrast, Hinduism highlights the journey of the eternal soul and its aspiration for liberation. These understandings, though different, carry a common thread: the belief in life beyond the physical realm and the potential for growth and transformation through successive lifetimes. They offer us an opportunity to reflect on the mysteries of existence and the possibilities that may lie beyond our current understanding. Whether you believe in reincarnation or not, understanding these perspectives can offer a deeper insight into the human quest for understanding life, death, and what may lie beyond.